So this was shared by No Middle Ground on Twitter. So thank you for sharing this No Middle Ground on Twitter. And this is a very Get Your News On with Ron friendly story, if you will. This is some action by Comcast. You know, we did a municipal broadband story yesterday that really inspired me to try to reinvigorate the battle for net neutrality where I live here in Pasadena, California. I found out today, by the way, that our next city council meeting is canceled. So I was going to try to go Monday. City council meeting's canceled. So, yeah, I got to figure out the right course of action here. So I'm working on that to try to get municipal broadband, which is basically city-owned internet in my country. I do want it in the entire country, but I got to start in my community. You know, I think you got to start locally. But here's another reason why we need it. Comcast incorrectly charged 2,000 customers for exceeding their data cap. Comcast issues refunds after software bug caused inaccurate data meter readings. Comcast data usage meter gave thousands of customers inaccurate readings for 2 months. 2 months this went on for because of a software bug, causing the broadband provider to incorrectly charge about 2,000 users for exceeding their monthly data caps. Comcast has admitted the error and told ours it is giving refunds and additional credits of $50 each to customers who paid data overage fees that shouldn't have been assessed. Oh, and I bet it's been really easy to get these fees back. I bet Comcast made it so easy for everybody. Hey, this is Comcast customer service. How can I help you? Hey, I think I was overcharged. Okay, we're going to transfer you to the overcharge line. Boop. Overcharge line. Hi, this is Comcast. Go fuck yourself. Oops, we accidentally got disconnected. You call back. You go through the motion a couple dozen more times. The customer service is absolutely atrocious at Comcast because they contract most of that stuff out. They are one of the worst companies, arguably the worst company in the country. They win awards for being the worst company to deal with, one of the worst companies to work for. And it's not the employees at the bottom. It's not their fault. They're mistreated. They're overworked and underpaid. And they basically have to do corrupt things. They're basically forced to do corrupt things to keep their jobs. Just like when everything went down with Wells Fargo, those call center people were trained to open these accounts without telling people. They were opening bank accounts without telling people. They were doing that at Wells Fargo. They were required to do that. And then when they got caught, it wasn't the people who made them do this that faced consequences. It was the people at the bottom. The people who were told this is protocol and you're supposed to do this and there's no problem. They lost their jobs, not the people at the top who made them do it. And I'm sure it's a similar thing. 2 months. 2 months. They didn't have their data correct. This is from the article, we contacted Comcast 2 weeks ago after we heard from a customer in Duluth, Georgia, who found that Comcast was recording major data usage on his account, even when he wasn't using the internet. The customer, Michael, who didn't want his last name published. Michael Motorcycle is his proper name. Supposedly had exceeded his 1 terabyte monthly data cap, but when he unplugged his modem overnight, Comcast recorded another 40 gigabits of usage during a 15-hour stretch in which he couldn't have used any data. You're using the data when you sleep. We call it the thought data. What happens is you're not actually using the internet, but your dreams are a lot like the internet. You know, when you're dreaming, it's like you're surfing, kind of. Like you're surfing the net sort of in your mind, but it's all limited to your subconscious. People really dig the porn options, by the way. So we're going to charge you for that. We're Comcast. And I bet it was real easy for people to get their refunds. Is this water? Is this vodka? You'll never know. You will never know. Just like you'll never know what data you're actually using if you're a Comcast customer. They are the worst. And you know what? Charlemont, Massachusetts, a city of 7,000 people. They don't have to worry about any of this. You know why? Because they voted to build their own city internet and they booted Comcast out of town. They sent Comcast packing. It can be done. If a city of 7,000 people can do it, other cities can do it too. And I know, well, maybe it's easier when you're smaller. No. It has everything to do with the city gathering, deciding they need it, deciding they want it, and then they build it. The point is that a city can mobilize their resources and get this done. It's not an unaffordable thing. It's an attainable feat. That's why the town of Bandera, Texas is able to offer fiber to the home, some of the best internet you can ask for from an electric co-op that's committed to that. It can be done. We can take our internet infrastructure out of Comcast's hands, out of AT&T's hands. They make it seem like it's some elaborate thing to offer quality internet. It's not. They just half-ass it because their main motive is profit, and they want to price gouge you. So they phone it in because they can get away with that. It's time to not let them get away with it anymore. It's time to build city-owned internet all throughout the country, and you can start right in your own backyard. And that's what we're trying to do with this show. One of the missions of this show is to get municipal internet in Pasadena, where I live, and also provide resources so that other people can get it in their communities. And I know a lot of you are working on it throughout the country, which is amazing. I make sure I reply to every email that I get. In general, but especially when people ask about municipal broadband, I send my transcript. If you want to go to a city hall, bring up city-owned internet and municipal broadband, email me, ronplacone.com, email me. I will send you the script that I used at my city council meeting, and you can use it if you want, or get some ideas from it, however you want to do it. So do not wait. If you want to bring city-owned internet to your community and you want to start getting active on that level, email me. I will help you the best I can. Now, keep in mind, I'm fighting my own battle, and I've documented all of it, and I've not won yet. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, but I've not won yet. We showed up to a city hall with people. We sacked a city hall meeting, basically, because we showed up with so many people. Still, when we got it on a city agenda, they told us we couldn't afford it. Even though, again, Charlemont, Massachusetts can afford it. Bandera, Texas can afford it. Somehow, Pasadena, California can't. They based it off of one case study, Beverly Hills. So it's an uphill battle, but it needs to happen because of nonsense like this, because of corrupt nonsense that Comcast and similar companies are pulling.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and